I got asked to a barbie the other day. When I got there, I couldn't believe it. Everyone was throwing their torquees into a fruit bowl and shepherding everyone into the shed. Curran then pulled her pants down and showed everyone a freshly shaved lawn. And started asking which guys wanted to slide their haywood up a Box Hill. Next minute, Donald put an Essendon on his one thaggy, tied Curran Downs and slid himself into a fern tree gully. And from there it was a full-on orgy. The only problem was all the guys wanted to Mount Beauty, Mount Pleasant, no one wanted to Mount Martha. I said, we'll mildew her. Someone said, no, but Collingwood. All the chicks like rooting him because he always comes second. Meanwhile, Hamilton was chopping up some black rock and telling everyone if they snorted it, they'd feel like the sunshine was coming out of their ringwood. Speaking of ringwood, Roy said to Hamilton, would you like to slide your cockatoo up me Bacchus mark? Hamilton said, no, but Dalesford would. He'd love a kahuna up his colac. Meredith then said, careful, because I fucked him last week and he's hung like a horsham. I'm still in a world of Painesville. Clara then said, well, why don't you mount Eliza? She loves it with Dongas, Broadford and Geelong. Eliza was up for it too. Next minute we're all watching Hamilton slide his Monbulk into a furry Axdale wind. It fair dinkum nearly St Kilda. She's never going to Hillsville from this, I thought. There's going to be some Scarsdale. I was wrong though, afterwards she said the only pain was the Wedderburn on her knee. She then said her amphitheatre was open for business and she wanted the rest of the guys to start packing them up. She said she wasn't leaving till she'd had 12 apostles up a Great Ocean Drive. First up, Stanhope flanged his wanger at her. And then she gave Bendigo. The next guy didn't have a clues what he was doing, so she eventually had to point Lonsdale into the right hole after he tried to root her up the Port Fairy. She said there was nil chance of that happening. He said, how come? She said, because she wanted to keep her anal Flowerdale for her husband. Then Eliza gave Murray a bit a go. Before Frankston whispered in her ear, can I have a go and we'll stick me Lansfield up ya? Anyway, the first 6 guys to Tooley buck their wood end up. Eliza said she was a bit Drysdale. The last 6 said it was like driving a kayak down the Murray River. After then, the last guy, a lake's entrance started overflowing down her right leg. It looked like a rainbow. That's when the guys realised she must have been on a red cliffs. It's getting worse. She then asked Aubrey to get into a Hall's Gap, but he declined. He said he'd been up it plenty of times. And he wanted other guys to have a go. Besides, he was going out for a smoko and to get a Rushworth off Caulfield, who'd bought some speed off his dealer Charlton, who was having a drug sale at the back of with his homebrew witchy proof. Which he then said, and I said, why do you call him Aubrey? They said, because he was the only one at the party who hasn't been in Victoria. He's come close though. By this time of the party I couldn't watch him more well, so I left. A while later I ran into Eliza with a kid. I said, fucking when was Mel born? She said 9 months after the party. I said, who was the father? She said, one of me grandparents. I said, how'd that happen? She said, he was the one wearing a balaclava while Dunk held me down. So, anyway guys, that's me tribute to Victoria.